Hospice. It's about living. Presented by Optimal Hospice Care, your community-based hospice organization, providing compassionate support since 1998.
Hi, I'm David Malazzo. My father was diagnosed with Lou Gehrig's disease. Although his condition worsened, we could see the comfort found in the frequent visits by his hospice nurses, in his special caregiver Lou, and more than ever in being with family and friends. In those final weeks, my family, and my father especially, accomplished a lot of living.
Hospice. It's about living. Hospice is a special kind of caring for someone living with a life-limiting illness. The word hospice comes from the same Latin word as hospitality. In medieval times, hospice was a resting place for weary travelers on a long journey. Today, it is a specialized form of medical care and a crucial part of modern health care. Hospice expands the scope of health care beyond curative treatment by supporting people through the end stages of life in the comfort of their own home. The team approach of hospice provides expert medical care, pain management and support for the emotional and spiritual needs of the patient, as well as their loved ones. Everyone deserves the best possible care from the first moment of life to the last. Many illnesses in their advanced stages cannot be cured, but there is hope. When the focus of care shifts toward comfort rather than a cure, hospice assists to enhance quality of life. Hospice helps patients find hope and dignity in living each day as fully and comfortably as possible. It is important to make informed decisions about care. This brief video will answer some of the common questions about hospice, so you can plan for when this service is right for you and your loved ones. Let's get started with, where is hospice provided? Hospice provides care in the patient's own home. Hospice describes home as wherever a person lives and is most comfortable. This may mean helping a family at home or giving extra support to staff in an assisted living or nursing home. Most people prefer spending their time in the comfort of their own home and believe care in this setting gives them freedom to focus on living. How does hospice work? In hospice, the family and the patient are central parts of the team. Patients have the choice to decide where to live, how to live their life, and what kind of care they want. Hospice develops a plan for care with the patient's own physician around these wishes that supports the patient, their caregiver, and their loved ones. One of the most valuable elements of hospice care is the experienced and compassionate hospice team that upholds the highest ethical values and provides care you can trust. The team works together to meet not only medical needs, but also emotional, social, and spiritual needs. Here's a short description of the hospice team members. The hospice medical director is a physician who consults on hospice-related issues. The hospice team can also work with the patient's own primary care physician to plan the best possible care. Skilled nurses visit patients as many times as needed to assess and manage symptoms and teach proper care techniques to caregivers. Nurses discuss the patient's care with the primary care physician on a regular basis, adjusting care as needs change. A nurse is available by phone 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, to answer questions and help solve problems. Social workers offer families specialized counseling to help them understand, cope, and plan for changes in their lives. They also help families explore caregiving options and connect them to community resources. Chaplains offer spiritual support with respect for all faiths according to the wishes of the family. They can help families reflect on values and process spiritual ideas that may arise during these times. Certified home health aides relieve some of the burden on caregivers in practical ways, such as providing personal care and assisting with daily living tasks like bathing, dressing, and eating. The most unique members of the hospice team are the volunteers. Hospice Care started as a volunteer organization and still relies on them today for an important role in caring. These trained volunteers extend themselves in a variety of ways, ranging from companionship to helping caregivers with basic housekeeping. Another important element of hospice care is the bereavement program that assists families in coping with their grief for at least 13 months after the loss of their loved ones. Families are contacted at identified intervals, as well as invited to memorial services and bereavement support groups. These resources are also offered to the community at large. Beyond all these team members, hospice also provides and delivers to the patient's home the medication relating to the hospice diagnosis, as well as most medical equipment and supplies. Who pays for all these services? Medicare, Medicare HMOs, Medicaid or Medi-Cal, the Veterans Administration, and most health insurances cover 100% of hospice costs. At Optimal, we believe that everyone deserves quality care, and it should not be a financial burden. If someone is underinsured or uninsured, the nonprofit Optimal Hospice Foundation can help fill the gap in funding. When is it time for hospice? When a physician indicates a person has a terminal illness with a limited life expectancy and is seeking comfort treatment, that patient is eligible to receive these covered services. Hospice does not mean that medical care stops. Care treatments will focus on maintaining comfort. The most common response from families about hospice care is that many wish they'd been told about hospice sooner, or wish they hadn't been so reluctant to call hospice. Involving hospice early means more quality time for patients to spend with the people they love, and more support for their caregivers. How long can someone receive hospice? You may continue to receive hospice as long as your physician and the hospice medical director say you are appropriate. If health improves or desires change, families may stop service at any time and resume again at a later date with no penalty. How can we start hospice care? Anyone can call hospice with a question or to start a referral. We receive calls from social workers, physicians, clergy, friends, or even patients themselves. Once the hospice receives a referral, they call the patient's physician to see if he or she thinks the patient is medically appropriate for hospice care. If the physician agrees, the patient and family are contacted to arrange a time to meet with them at home, in the hospital, or wherever they're currently living to talk about this caring support.
Hi, my name is Evie Isle. In 1946, I married my husband Roy, and we enjoyed 53 wonderful years together. Change came to us, and a hospice came into our lives when Roy suffered a severe stroke. They made it possible for me to spend time with Roy laughing, reading, and caring for him in a special way. One of the greatest benefits of hospice was being able to have my husband at home with family and allowing him to keep his dignity. It also gave Roy a sense of relief knowing that hospice was there to provide professional help and support for his whole family.
Thank you for your interest in learning more about hospice. We hope that this video has been helpful for you. Hospice exists to provide the highest quality of living possible for the end stages of life. For more information about hospice care, talk to your healthcare provider to find hospice organizations in your area.